This video is made possible by our loyal Patreon supporters. Visit patreon.com.
Hi, it's Banks. Today's class is all about long, lean, sculpted legs. The focus will be on inner and outer thighs. The Banks method is my unique combo of ballet, barre, and Pilates exercises designed to maximize lengthening and strengthening of the muscles. I've created several mini-series to target specific body parts like the abs, butt, legs, thighs, arms, and back, as well as a collection of total body toning and trimming workouts. In this series, there are 4 levels: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and master. Start with my beginner class to learn proper form and build a strong foundation. Then when you're feeling ready, move up to my intermediate and advanced levels. Repeat each video daily until you feel strong enough to level up. When you're feeling completely confident with the advanced sequence, test your limits with my master level class. So let's get started with a little bit of stretching to prepare our muscles to get them nice and warm for the exercises that are about to come. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start extending our right leg out long. Left knee is bent in. And from here, let's bring our right arm right next to our inner thigh. Left arm goes overhead. Reach for those toes. Stretch out the side body. Take a deep inhale. Breathing into all the intercostal muscles in between the ribs. Exhale, let's take a fold over the leg. Nose comes down to the knee, really flexing the foot. Stretch out the hamstring a little bit. And then slowly bring it on up. We're gonna cross the right ankle over the left thigh. You can extend the left leg long, or you can keep the left knee bent in. Hug your right knee with the left arm. Gaze behind you. We're gonna take a spinal twist. It feels really nice if you've been sitting all day to twist in the body. Open up the chest. And then let's come back center, and we're gonna switch it out to the other side. Left leg extends long. Left arm comes right next to the inner thigh. Right arm comes overhead. Reach for those toes. Stretch out the side body. Reach a little bit farther on your inhale. Exhale, rotate down, nose down to the knee, flex through the foot. The more you flex through that foot, the more you'll feel the stretch along the back of the leg, along the hamstring. And roll it on up. Let's cross that ankle over, left ankle over the right thigh. You can extend out that right leg or keep it bent in. Hug the knee in. And then gaze back behind you. Sit up tall on the sits bones. Open up through the chest. And then really gaze behind you. Bringing out the spine like a towel, getting every last drop out of it on that twist. And let's come back through the center. And let's go ahead and get started. So when we're talking about sculpting the inner and outer thighs, a lot of the time our quadriceps love to take over because it's a larger muscle group. So I'm gonna teach you how to keep the activation in our inner and outer thighs. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in a plank position just to help activate our core. The core is what really helps us maintain the integrity of all of these exercises. We have a little bend into our elbows, shift the weight forward, really feeling the core firing up, and legs are working too. So we're starting to build heat in those legs. Inner thighs are squeezing, breathing here. Let's take 10 more counts. Just get nice and warm. The whole body is activated. Press into the palms. Good, last 4, 3, 2, let's take a downward facing dog. Let the heels melt down. Stretch out the hamstrings a little bit before we make our way to standing. Let's take a bend into the knees, walk the hands to the feet, and then we're gonna use our core to bring us up through each vertebrae, keeping that head heavy. And then we're gonna come into a first position here. So a ballet first position is heels together, toes apart, zip those inner thighs together. We're gonna bring our hands on our hips. We're gonna work into the thighs a little bit, just bending the knees, just taking a regular old plie. It's down, squeeze the inner thighs, come up, down, and up. Keep the heels glued down onto your mat. Down, squeeze to come up. 2 more like that. Now let's hold it low. From here, we're gonna lift one heel, then the other, just articulating through those ankles. Stay low in the knees for 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna bring both heels up. Arms go overhead. We take it down and up. So the knees are pressing out here. This is a huge balance challenge. Since we're up high on those tippy toes, try not to go to the pinky toe edge of the foot. Think most of the weight is on the big toe and the second toe. So the knees are tracking right over those toes. 2 more. Good, last one, lower those heels down. We're gonna step out to a wide second here. So heels are in, toes are out. Bring those hands on the hips. We're gonna take that demi-plie down and up. It's down and up. Tucking the tailbone under. The core is tight, shoulders are rolled back. Shoulders are stacked right over the hips. Now let's hold it low as you can go, keeping those knees out wide, feeling the inner thighs stretching out. Those outer thighs are working to press the knees open. And let's rise up onto one heel, then the other. Just articulating through those ankles. Really press over the metatarsals. Lift and lift. 2 more. Now, you can either stay with the heels down, or if you want that added challenge, we lift both heels. We bring those arms overhead. It's down and up. If this is too difficult for you, keep the heels down. Just pulse it here. We're feeling the legs starting to burn a little bit. Squeeze those inner thighs. As I lift, I like to imagine my heels are trying to drag together, trying to crinkle up my mat, squeezing those inner thighs like crazy. We got 4 more here. 3, 2, last one. Stand it all the way up. We're gonna finish off with our 4th position. So come into that first position. All you do is you slide your heel out so the heel is in line with the toe. Right leg is forward, left leg is back. From here, we take it down and then squeeze to come up. It's down, lift to come up. Good. So notice if your tailbone is tilting up every time you lift. Think about tucking it under the whole time. So imagine there's a wall behind your back. You're going straight down that wall, straight back up. Now let's hold it low. We lift the front heel, lift the back heel, lift the front, then the back. The knees are still over the toes. We're externally rotated, using those outer thighs to press the knees open. Now we're gonna hold the front heel up. We press the knee back. So it all comes from the outer thigh, outer glute to press that knee back. Good. 4 more here. 3, last 2, and 1. Lower that front heel down, lift it on up, and we're gonna switch it to the other side. Left leg forward, right leg back. We bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. So look down, make sure the heel is right in line with the toe. And it's okay if you're not super rotated here. Find your rotation. For some people it's here. For some people it's a little bit more. It all depends on how your hips are aligned. So knees over toes. We're not cranking those feet out. We're protecting our knees. Now let's hold it low. Front heel, back heel. It's front and back. Knees over toes, sink a little bit lower, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes like crazy. 2 more. Now let's hold it low. Press that knee back and back. So you should feel that outer thigh. So think back every time instead of in and in, think back and back. You're wrapping that knee back behind you. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. We're gonna come back to that second position, flushing it out with a nice dynamic movement. We take it all the way down. We lift to come up. It's down and up. This is where we finish our standing work. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, rise up to those tippy toes. It's down and up. Keep the chest open. 2 more. Alrighty, let's finish it off. Lower down. Bring the heels up higher. You can keep those heels down. We find that 16 count pulse in that shaking zone, right where you feel those thighs catching. Breathing here, sink a little bit lower, press the knees out a little bit wider, heels up higher. Final 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, you guys. We're gonna make our way down to our mats. Sitting down on your mat, we're gonna bring the feet our hip width distance apart and parallel. And then we're gonna grab behind those thighs. We hinge back just a few inches. The spine is straight, and we're gonna work into our quadricep a little bit and then our inner thigh. So the legs are parallel. We're gonna point the toes. From here, we lift the right leg up, and then we lower it back down. Left leg lifts up and lowers. So if you feel comfortable here, you can open those arms out long. So as you lift, you feel the front of the leg lighting up, shoulders down the back, and you feel your core working a little bit. So you're sitting up on those sits bones. Now we're gonna hold it up. We take that leg down, we squeeze to come up. So it lowers, and then we lift down and up. Open up through the chest, 2 more. Starting to really feel that thigh. Last one, hold it up, lower it back down. Hands go behind the thighs. We lift that left leg, then the right. Open up through the chest one more time. With the hands behind the thighs, you can really reset that form. Press the rib cage down, find that core. Next one, let's hold it on that left side. We lower and lift, feeling that thigh working. Down and up. So you can take it a little bit smaller range of motion if you're feeling that low back talking to you. Take it a little bit smaller. 2 more. Good, last one. Now we're gonna bring the heels together, toes apart. We're gonna work the inner thighs now. Hinge back a few inches. We're gonna keep our feet flat here. Lengthen that right leg long. Flex through the right foot. Hand goes behind that left thigh. Right arm comes out long. We lift and lower, pulling up through that inner thigh. We lift and lower. So if you have really tight hamstrings, just hinge back a few more inches. It'll take the pressure off those hamstrings. So we're lifting up from that inner thigh, not the quadricep this time. Last 6, 5, 4, really feeling that inner thigh. 3, 2, 1. Hands go behind the thighs, sit up nice and tall. Reset one more time. Let's finish it off on that left side. Externally rotate that left leg. Heel is in, toe is out, left arm comes long, rib cage is down, core in tight. We lift and lower. 8 here, and then we're done. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, you guys. We're gonna roll all the way back, still working those inner thighs here. We're gonna lengthen the legs up to the ceiling, bring the arms long by the side, roll the shoulders down the back, and we're gonna bring the heels together, toes apart in our first position here. Arms are long by the side. We're gonna open out into our wide straddle. We're gonna flex the feet to go down, point the toes to go up, flex to go down, squeeze those inner thighs to come up. We flex, point to go down. So I want you to resist against gravity on the way down, and then really squeeze to come up. It's down and up. Be sure to stay strong and controlled and engaged here. So you're not letting those muscles go as you lower down. You're controlling it on the way down and the way up. Flex and point. Now we're gonna point to go down, flex to go up. We point to go down, flex to go up. 4 more here. Really feeling those inner thighs. Last 2. Last one. Let's hold it up. We're gonna find little heel clicks. We squeeze the inner thighs together, flexing the feet, arms are long, really straightening out those legs as much as you can to create those long, lean muscles. Squeeze and squeeze. Last 16 counts. Maybe take a double time. We squeeze, 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 squeeze. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, you guys. Hug those knees into the chest. So we're gonna come down onto our side, lay all the way down on your left side, and then you can either lengthen your arm long or you can use your hand as a pillow here. So the heels are in line with the hips are stacked, the shoulders are stacked, and then use your top hand as a kickstand here. So the hand is on the mat. From here, we lift the top leg just to 45, then we lower it down. We lift and lower. So you wanna keep your toe and your knee pointed towards your front. The second it starts lifting up towards the ceiling, you're using your quadricep. So we wanna use that outer thigh. So the toe and knee point towards the front. They stay parallel to work that outer thigh. Let's keep the toe pointed for now. It's up and down. So even though we're laying down on our side, we're not just lounging here. We're really using our core to hold us up. Our bottom oblique is pulling up and away from the mat. 2 more here. Now let's hold the leg out straight, flex the foot, find a tiny little lift and lift. So you should feel that outer thigh firing up every time you lift. Really straighten out that leg, reach the heel away from the hip socket. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze a little bit tighter, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Let's switch it on over to the other side, hitting that other outer thigh. Lay all the way down on that right side. Either use that hand as a pillow or lay all the way down, whichever one's more comfortable. From here, we lift that top leg, then we lower back down. It's up and down. So make sure that top hip isn't rolling open. It's staying stacked right over the bottom, so you're squeezing both glutes to stack the hips. Toe is slightly behind the hip. It's up and down. When it's in front of the hip, you'll feel your hip flexor taking over. So make sure it's slightly behind. It's up and down. 3 more here. 2. Last 1. We hold it up, flex through the foot, lift and lift. We just got 8 here and then we're done. 7, grand finale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, you guys. Let's take some stretches before we end today. So let's take some stretches for the outer thighs. We're gonna cross the left ankle over the right knee. And from here, we're gonna just walk those fingertips out long, really flexing both feet to feel a nice stretch along the outer thigh, outer glute. And you can just let the head hang heavy, breathing here. Let's walk our fingertips over to the right side, pull away, and you'll feel a really deep stretch along the side body, all the way down to the glute. And then come back center. Let's take that stretch the other direction, pull away, and come all the way up. Let's switch it over to the other side. This time, right ankle crosses over, both feet are flexed. Walk those fingertips out long. And this time, walk over side, pull away, and then let's walk over to the left side, and then come back center one more time, roll it on up. Let's stretch out those inner thighs coming into our wide straddle, and then it's okay if your legs aren't as wide as mine, just going into your wide straddle, not forcing anything here. Flex the feet up to the ceiling. You can either just stay here or you can walk those fingertips out long, really stretching out those inner thighs that you just worked. And then if you want even more, you can just rest your forehead down, keeping those feet flexed, legs engaged, and then slowly roll it on up. Nice work, you guys. You did so good. I recommend doing this 3 to 5 times a week to really see the difference in those inner and outer thighs. And when this video feels too easy for you, I hope you'll join me for the more advanced classes. Thanks so much for working out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you haven't already, follow us on social media for tips, tutorials, giveaways, and daily inspiration.
Introducing Yoga Plus, offering a free series every month with over 300 different videos. Take control of your health. Work out anytime, anywhere. Yoga Plus. Download now for free.